Hey guys, Matt Bishop here. We are backstage at the Sands Event Center here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I'm here with Chris Henderson of 3 Doors Down. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.
You guys are out on a kind of a different trek for you guys. First time you ever really doing something like this. It's an acoustic run, songs from the basement. How's it going?
It's going well, man. I mean, we were a little skeptical doing kind of a stripped down tour, but people responded. They responded at the beginning very well, and as the tour is progressing, I guess, with the internet and doing the interviews and stuff, that people are hearing about it, and it's starting to pick up and get momentum, and it's going really well, and it's a lot of fun. So
I know already, as soon as I got the first press release for it, there was only a handful of dates, and it already said at the bottom, more dates to be announced.
Yeah.
And you guys you're gonna extend this.
We're gonna extend. We're gonna do 2 more legs of it, and maybe 3, and maybe we might even take it to Europe, man. We don't even know yet. Like, depends on the market, but it's going. Like I said, it's going so well. This is something that this band's never done, and our fans, our core fans especially, get to see a different vibe because it's not a set list. There's no scripted, scripted stuff that we say between songs. It's all just off the cuff and a lot of messing around and a lot of give and take from the crowd, because we listen to what they say. They're hollering at us all night long, telling us to play Freebird shit. But you know how people
to be
do, right?
expected.
To be expected. But I mean, and we're talking back and forth to them, so it's really cool. It's really cool.
I was gonna say it has to be a much more intimate experience with the fans, as opposed to a full live show.
Yeah, we've gotten to know some of these people over the years. We've been touring for 20 years, and a lot of the same people come back and come back and come back and come back. So now that these same people that we've known and that have seen us play 10 or 15 times are sitting in the front row, and they can speak to us now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, remember that, blah, blah, blah. So it's really, really intimate. It's really cool.
What has it been like reworking these songs from a musical standpoint to make them work more acoustically?
It wasn't that big a deal. We write acoustic a lot of times, and a lot of these songs, the original form are acoustic. I mean, just take them from acoustic to electric, which is a harder job than to digress them. And so that's what we did. We just really deconstructed them back to their original form. And it's really not that hard at all. A lot of our songs translate. People wouldn't think, like Kryptonite with that kind of that downbeat thing, down, that's hard to do acoustic. But the way that song was written was with a bouncy feel. You know what I mean? So acoustic translates perfectly. It's really cool. It's a different vibe, but people get it.
Were you guys able to get trained down to acoustic?
Well, we're not doing train, and the reason we're not is because of the tuning. You have to tune it to C. So I would literally need probably a piece of plywood guitar in order to get an acoustic guitar to C, because the guitar would just fold up.
Yep.
So.
What is it like for you specifically as a guitar player with your rig? Is it like an easier time going out on an acoustic tour? I imagine it's less gear and less everything, really.
I have a guitar and a cable and a tuner, and that's it. Well, actually I have 2 guitars and a cable and a tuner. That's it. We don't have all this crazy gear, and there's no amps. It's all direct, So it's our sound guy runs everything. It's really cool.
It's gotta be great for you and your tech.
It's great for everyone.
Like vacation. We're kicked back.
Man, my tech is, and he's not even my tech, is the whole band's tech at the moment. And he's handling all 3 guys, which is really hard to do.
Oh yeah.
And you've got people changing guitars left and right, and when we play electric, if anyone's ever seen us play, me especially, I really don't play the guitar like this as much as I do like this. You know what I mean? So I kind of play with my whole body, and it really tears the guitars up. So I have to have a tech that's always tuning and always maintaining things. This one, I tune myself on stage in between songs and talk to people the whole time. It's really cool.
What is it like actually having fans on the stage with you, sitting on the couches?
I thought it was going to be kind of a big deal, but it's really not, man. It's really cool. Everyone's nice and behaved and quiet, and I think that when they get up in the fishbowl with us, because that's what really we're like, we're like, people are outside the aquarium looking in when we're on stage. They get up there and they get it, and they feel what we feel, and they see how that, we turn that energy into output. But for them, they don't really know how to, some of them know how to do that. So they just kind of go, oh, this is what it's like for 2,000 people to be looking at me. This is weird. So you see them and they just kind of go. But by the end of the song, they're good to go.
Well, I think it's a cool way for you guys to kind of give back to the fans and interact.
Yes.
And speaking of giving back, You guys have your Better Life Foundation back in November. Was it the 10th anniversary?
The 10th anniversary was this year, yes.
Awesome,
Yes.
very cool. And you guys, I'll let you take it from here, but it's a tremendous thing that you guys do every year.
Yeah, you know, the Better Life Foundation is a foundation that we started 10 years ago, like we just said, and was started in response to a charity event that we were asked to do. And, you know, we stopped our tour, and us and Shinedown, both bands, went and we sold this arena out in Mobile, Alabama. And we were like, great, so we did all this good for all these people. This is a good day. And then we, at the end of it, when we saw how much of that money was, how much of the money was made, and then how much of it actually made it to the charity that we were benefiting, we were really upset. We were really upset. And matter of fact, we were disgusted. And so we started this foundation in response to that. And it's a dollar in, dollar out organization. So if someone donates $1, we donate $1 back, with the exception of one cell phone. We have a cell phone bill that we pay, and that's it. And the casinos, we do it all in Tunica, Mississippi in November this year. It's going to be November the 15th, and we're trying to get 38 Special to play with us. They don't know it yet.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to try to do it, but we're going to do it acoustic. I think, maybe, we're going to do it acoustic. We're going to just keep extending this tour right to it, and hopefully we can get 38 Special to play acoustic as well. Now, how cool would that be?
That would be badass,
You know
man.
what I mean? Yeah.
I might have to come down to Tunica, Mississippi for that.
Yeah, and Bobby Capps, the keyboard player for 38 Special, is my next door neighbor.
Okay.
So he's going to be getting a call really soon.
That's just when you're out having morning coffee, picking up the paper. Hey,
Bobby, you want to play?
what are you doing in November?
We got to get them quick because they booked their dates in a year in advance. So we got to get them quick. Well, we're trying. We'll see what happens.
Hold on, loosely acoustic. Oh,
How cool
I
would
can't
that
even.
be?
I can't even wrap my head around it.
I know, man. And if anyone's never seen that band live, spot on. One of the best live bands I've ever seen. They pull off every note and every part. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've gone back, I want to go forward. You guys have been writing music for a new album. It's been a long time. 2011 was the last LP.
Yep.
What are we looking at time frame wise?
Probably the end of this year. It's really hard this day and age to say when a record's coming out because there's no deadlines anymore. No one is really waiting for the next Three Doors record to pop. So we're going to take our time with it. We've been writing. We've got a few ideas that are really cool. We've got some meetings coming up about it. So I would say probably end of this year would be recording, probably releasing early next year. Probably won't make it out for Christmas that I know of, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows, man? We might get together next week and write 5 songs and get a green light to go. But it's a lot of stuff involved. So we just got to write and see what happens.
Are you guys more of a band that likes to, set up a certain time, get together, have a session, or is it you writing riffs, recording them onto the computer on the bus and stuff like that?
It's a lot of that. What we'll do is we'll set, we're going to start writing at 5 and we'll write from 5 to 8, but then people won't show up till 7. And then, that's the way we do things. And it's not a fault of anyone's, or it's not a bad thing. It's just the way it is. So we say, okay, we're going to write from, 8:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. Everyone moseys their ass on in probably around noon or so. And then we mess around, play Nintendo or play Xbox for a couple hours. We finally get around to messing around, and then we'll just write and see what happens. And if the day takes off and we start creating, then we'll create for 8 hours. And that's what we'll do. But if it's a day that doesn't, it doesn't come to fruition, then we just kind of regroup and go back and do it again. Take our time. That's what we've always done.
Very cool.
Yep.
Dude, thank you so much for taking the time.
You're very welcome.
I greatly appreciate it. Chris Henderson of Three Doors Down, ladies and gentlemen. Acoustic songs from the basement. The band is on tour right now, doing something very unique and special. Get your tickets, not really while you can, because they're going to be doing this for a little while. They're extending it for you, because you guys wanted it. So go grab your tickets. New album coming later this year at the end of 2014, but until then, they have a pretty badass greatest hits album out now, so you might want to go pick it up to snack on for a little while.
There you go.
And we're out of here.